Catch you back in Brisbane. So we're just leaving Arkaroola and heading out of the Gammon Ranges Park. Pretty spectacular little exit display the hills are throwing up for us here. Pretty darn cool. So we've had a darn good time here. We did some tracks up to some huts and relics and places that we hadn't done previously. So it's just spectacular. I don't know if it comes through there, but the sun behind us this morning. Just did the 30k driveway and we've got 100 k's to go to Copley for a coffee. So that was a good 3 days. We visited radioactive springs and relics and all kinds of remnants of sheep stations. An era gone past. Just wait, find some shade here somewhere. Wait for the boys. So this is just looking back where we came from on the other side of those, and the ranges up to the west that we rode through and around. Pretty interesting little wrinkles in the country. So these boys have had a bit of an extra adventure, and no doubt taking it easy because of some issue with Neil's tyres. Not sure exactly what, but looks like it's up at the moment. They don't do motorbike tyres here, and I just came back from Lee Creek. They haven't even got a mechanic there.
Well, for fuck's sake.
What do you need?
Well, I need my tyre fixed. They must have some fucking... I'll go see these guys up here.
We've got to go and get fuel anyway.
Yeah. Let's go up here and see these guys.
Might be able to get it to Marree. Maybe they got something in Marree.
That's what I think. That's what I'd be guessing. What's it need?
Hey?
What's it need?
Big fucking split.
Huh?
Like 25 foot slide.
The axle or something, does it?
Yeah.
It goes hard or something.
I think it was working. Well, like, you know, just the plug wouldn't have fixed it.
No.
Normally what happens is you put the plugs in first, and the dry tyre grips it. And then when that doesn't work, then put the slime in.
At least it is on the one bike that it's easy to get the back wheel out of.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
Right, there it is there. So,
I might go ask that guy, see if he'll patch that for me.
Well, I don't know what bike riders did something to Cook's Outback Motors in Copley, but they are not very Outback motorcycle riding friendly. They flatly refused to even put a patch in Neil's tyre. Luckily, Michael had all kinds of stuff with him, so we put a mushroom patch in it, and I gave Neil my tyre pressure monitoring system to see what the pressure's doing from here to Marree. Hopefully it's all good. But, yeah, we do need petrol and stuff, but I'm not going to give those guys a cent. I'd rather ride the 5k's down the opposite direction to Lee Creek. So Copley used to be one of our favourite spots to stop in for a bacon and eggs, but it's pretty much off our list now. It's 20 past 2 in the afternoon, so 112k's to Marree. You there? Alright, so we did a bit of an economy run for the last little bit. Neil was showing less kilometres than good, so he drafted behind me, then behind Michael for a while. And we coasted into Marree. Still better than giving those mongrels in Copley any money for fuel. Right, Birdsville Track, we just fueled up in Marree. Marree to Mungarani open, and to the border open. Catch you back in Brisbane. Unfortunately, that's the end of Neil's trip with us this time. Well, Claytons Station was awesome. Hot pools, toilet, showers, nice camp spot, nice and set up. We're heading to Arkaroola for a coffee. See you there. So this is a video of packing up camp, just a little bit of a time lapse to give you a little bit of a flavour of what goes on. The it's a pretty hot camp, so I didn't have the fly over the top, even in winter in Outback Australia. You can get pretty warm, which is why we go in winter. You literally can't go in summer, and in fact for 3 months in the middle of summer you can't even do the Simpson at all. So just to explain a little bit, even in the Outback here where we had no signal, we're all in contact on our Garmin inReaches, and Neil had such a split in his tyre that he wasn't willing to risk coming out on the Birdsville Track once it lost pressure. So because he was only 500 metres from Marree, he called BMW service, and they said they'd send a tow truck for him the next day. So he headed back to Adelaide to get a tyre put on his BMW, and then came to join us. And there was no point all of us going back. We didn't know what the accommodation situation was, and Michael had a date to keep with his lady Vivian further up the track, so we sort of needed to be heading in that direction, and there was no point me hanging around in Marree either, so yeah, we decided to go to Birdsville, and I waited in Birdsville for an extra night and then cruised down to Inaminka. So Birdsville Track's fairly straightforward kind of track these days. You know, there's a bit of traffic on it, not too much, but there's a bit of traffic on it, and you know, it's fairly well straightforward. Just jump on it, do the Ks, and cruise down the road. I'd had a nice Guangdong pie at Copley, which was good. So cruised down there, and we had another feed at Marree Roadhouse, and then Michael and I went down, stayed where there's a hot pool at Claytons Station, which I highly recommend. It's awesome. Previously we'd stayed maybe less than 100 kilometres from there, and didn't know about the hot tub setup, which is fed by a spring, but pretty cool setup. I highly recommend it. With it even has showers, hot showers, and toilets, and the hot pool, even though the mozzies did get us a little bit, but no, it was great. So we just banged down the Birdsville, heading to Mungarani Roadhouse for fuel and bacon and egg pies, bacon and egg rolls and coffee, which was much appreciated. They have a bit of humour there. It's one of those real character roadhouses. I recommend giving it a try, and even staying in the cabins out the back there. But yeah, this time lapse gives you a bit of an idea of what it's like out there. Just sort of monitoring the dust and generally trying to stay out of it. Got to pull out and pass vehicles once in a while. I do then forget to wipe my lens on my camera. I apologise for that. But yeah, it's not like there's nothing to see. I mean, you know, sometimes you just got to look around out there and appreciate the sheer distances involved and the beauty of the desert. So that was the first half. Getting there, you know, it changes every time you go. There's always something slightly different to see, or something to do along the way. But you know, we got to an area where there was literally no trees or anything around, and Michael got a flatty. How would you describe this flat tyre, sir? How would you describe this flat tyre? I think it's a grade 2 sidewall snake bite.
Comes out and bites you.
Yeah. It was that rock.
Yeah, that one rock.
That one rock. Yep.
Fucking one rock.
Luckily, the only tree for miles. So Michael flagged me down, and exceptionally luckily there was 2 little trees, one with some actual shade under it, within riding distance. So we pulled over there, and Michael got to work patching up his front tube. It needed a patch on the actual tyre itself, which did end up holding up all the way back to Brisbane, but yeah, we were there for a while, and any travellers that went past, except for one vehicle, everyone else stopped and asked if we needed a hand, and some people even asked if we needed water and stuff. So yeah, we were there for a while, fixing that one, because Michael runs tubeless on the front, So then we rolled into Birdsville and chatted to the cops there, and it was a bit weird because Michael had gone on in front of me. I mean, we do have communication between us, but you know, with him having a flat tire, I let him go first, and I got there, and they said no other orange bike had come through, but apparently while we were riding along, the sun was coming from our left, and I had my elbow on the tank bag and my hand up shielding my eyes from the sun, and rode completely past Michael, who'd pulled off 100 k's up the road to have a rest where there was a little bit of water, and I genuinely didn't see him, so I just cruised past and got here to the police. They checked our passes and asked where we'd been and made sure we hadn't been down to the COVID hotspot of New South Wales, and entered us in their computer and all of that. And so I sent a message on the inReach, and it takes a while for it to send up to the satellite and back, so I wasn't far from town, so I rolled into Birdsville, and you'll see a picture of me there, and then 10 or so minutes later Michael rolled in as well. So just to not leave you in suspense, Neil by this stage was on his way back to Adelaide. The next morning he got a tyre, he got back on, and we organised I would stay an extra day in Birdsville and just have a bit of a day off and wait for him, and then ride down and do the 500 and something k's down to Inaminka the next day, and Neil would come up. So yeah, the story does continue a little bit more for the ride home, but that was us at Birdsville, and we went and had a well-deserved beer. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'm glad to get the messages from those who enjoy it, and thanks for listening along. Cheers.